May I ask you a deeply personal question? What are you grieving right now? I've come to learn that grief is a major element of the human experience, and if we don't learn to do it well, it can cause prolonged pain. And most of us are tempted to believe that grieving is something that only happens when we lose a loved one to death, but that's not true. Grieving happens anytime we experience a change, a transition, or a loss of any kind. It can happen shortly after we are married, or have kids, or change jobs. It happens when we lose a marriage, a friendship, a pastor, or even the ability to do something that we love. Grief is the emotion that accompanies the reality that things will never be like they used to be. So how do you navigate these troubled waters? Well, I want you to know that first, grief is normal. It's our mind's way of saying goodbye to someone or something that we loved or appreciated. And if we do not embrace grief as the process of letting go, it'll be easy to become bitter and angry. So don't be afraid of the emotions that accompany grief, but also don't allow them to keep you chained to what was. It is very difficult to run forward while looking backward. Now, this doesn't mean that we forget or don't appreciate what we had. It just means that we have to trust that God still has something amazing for us, even if it is different from what we had hoped for. Second, I do believe that grief serves a purpose. Grief is the cruel reminder that this world is not the way it is supposed to be. And if understood, it helps us hold on to what is eternal. As believers, we know that a much better day is coming when God Himself will wipe away every tear from our eyes. And on that day, there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things will have passed away. So, allow your grief to remind you that God is going to make all things right one day. This is the point of His death and resurrection. And finally, I am confident that grief, it was supposed to be shared with God and with others. In Psalm 34, verse 18, it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." So don't do it alone. Allow others to be a part of the process, even if they don't know how to do it properly. Talk to someone about what you're feeling and going through as a catalyst to letting go so that you can accept what has happened. So I am so sorry for your loss. And there are no amount of words that can take away the pain. But I do want to encourage you with the reality that God still has something great for you. So allow your grief to be the process of letting go so that you can embrace what God has next. And I hope that you believe that and that that is a stepping stone toward who God has called you to be.